What the is this? My life. What's going on, comic friends? It's Ryan the Colossus Collector, and thank you for once again stopping by my channel. So, as I said in my last video, I recently did 3 submissions to CGC. In my last video, I unboxed and revealed the grades to my vintage submission. I then also had a modern submission, which is what I'm going to go through today, reveal the grades. But I also did a reholder submission for one book, and I'll show that off too. You guys have already seen that book in a previous video when I got it, but I'll show off the new case, the new label for that book. But before I get into the CGC boxes and books, I just would like to ask, if you're not already, please consider supporting the channel and subscribing. It really does help a lot to grow what I'm doing here. I really appreciate your support. Consider hitting that like button, commenting on the video, and if you're a subscriber and you're active in the comments on my channel, then you are eligible for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway that I'm giving away when I hit that 1K mark. It is a killer prize pack. I keep saying it every time I promote it, but it really is. It's one you don't want to miss out on, or at least miss out on the opportunity of winning it. So please, would love your support. Subscribe and get in the comments. Let me know how I'm doing. And without further ado, let's get into this CGC submission. So let's get into the CGC submission. As I said, it's a modern book submission that had 9 books in it and then 1 reholder. Let's start with the reholder since it's not a grade reveal. And that reholder submission was my XMen 94 in a 7.0. Obviously, it's kept its grade, but new modern CGC slab, and then this killer Jim Lee X-Men label. If I had the choice, I would have liked something that's more in the era of the book, but this is the current X-Men label that's available at CGC, and it still looks awesome, goes great with the book. This is now like my 2nd or 3rd custom label. They are quite cool. So on certain books, definitely worth paying a little bit extra to get that book, especially if it, or that label, especially if it's going to sit in your PC, in your collection for a while. Definitely just adds a nice little bit of extra coolness to your slabs that you display. So love that I have my X-Men 94 back in now a really cool cool label and updated slab. So happy to have that one back. Alright, let's get into the books here. Starting off with Wolverine #1. The first ongoing Wolverine series. When he becomes it goes by the moniker of Patch, and just a really cool Wolverine book from the 80s. Picked this one up. It was in really good condition. Reason why I sort of estimated a 9.6 was I generally don't call for a 9.8. Just I'm 9.8 unless it's a pre-screen. Like the odds of getting the 9.8 are under 50% in my opinion. So being kind of more conservative on the 9.6. It's also a black cover, which if you were watching my last submission in the vintage submission, those black covers got banged up by the grader. So let's see if I got it right. Oh, 9-4. Well, like I said, those black covers are they're tricky. Obviously, it's not the grade I would have liked. I would have liked a 9.6 or a 9.8. 9.4 is low, but especially on, well, I don't want to say it's low. It's still a high grade book. I don't mind it in a 9.4 for this book. Would definitely like it higher, but it's cool for now. I like this book, and it's nice to have a Wolverine slab. I don't have any Wolverine titled slab books in my collection. Now I do. Yeah, this one always was a little bit of the risk because of the black cover. I think they just automatically get more scrutinized and lower grades. 9.4, take it. Let's move on. Alright, let's grab this next one. This is a nice Punisher #1 from 1987. This is the premiere issue of the first ongoing Punisher series. This was a book that was going kind of gangbusters during the comic boom, like all books were, I guess. But this has definitely come down a heck of a lot. Got a really nice copy. This one was definitely 9.6, as you can see. I estimated, but a 9.8 candidate. But I'd be happy with the 9.6 on this one. I also should mention that this whole submission I pressed and cleaned myself. In my last submission, I got a number of comments saying, "Did you press your books? Did you press your books?" Because the grader's notes, I guess, had some defects on it that people deemed that were pressable. I did press my own books. I did clean my books. I will say I'm a beginner presser, so a little bit of error is built into that process. But it's also how I'm learning, right? So I let myself off the hook a little bit with it, but maybe just spend a little bit more time doing it. Leave them in the press a little longer. That sort of thing is something I need to do a little bit more in the future, and lesson learned from that last submission. But just wanted to make that very perfectly clear that I did press these books and I did clean these books, but I did them myself. And alright, that's the exclaimer. So back to this book. Punisher #1, cool cover. Gotta love those white boots and that ginormous cannon that he can carry with one hand. Thought it was a 9.6, and it's a 9.6. White pages. Yeah, so I'm good with that. I think this was a close kind of coin flip book on the 9.8. I'm gonna kind of maybe look over it a little bit. Maybe I'll crack and resubmit in a 9.8 pre-screen, maybe. But I'm pretty happy with the 9.6. Like I said, built that into my expectations. So I'm on the mark. I'll take it. Cool. First Punisher #1. All right. Next up, one of my favorite books. This is X-Men 221, and I have like a ton of copies of this book. Just like my friend Dan's X-Men Comics on IG, fellow 221 over collector. But yeah, so like I have a bunch of these ready for 9.8 pre-screens. But I thought I'd throw this one in. I just wanted to kind of gauge my my grading on these books and just sort of like feel them out. And so this one was like a pretty good copy, but not like the best copy I have. I'm not a big speculator by any means. I just think the speculation game has kind of died. But I will say I have one. I have a couple speculation books that I collect. This is one of them. I just think Mr. Sinister is going to come to the MCU or whatever iteration of the MCU in the future once the X-Men like reboot and stuff. I think he's just the biggest villain that hasn't been done in the X-Men world. He's such a good villain. It's inevitable. Sinister's gonna come and he's gonna be done for the X-Men. And I just think that when that book pops, I'll sell a bunch of my copies. But I'm also chasing a 9.8 for my collection. This, I don't think will be a 9.8. As you can see, I estimated a 9.4. But this would be an upgrade. I have a 9.2. So anything above a 9.2, I'm happy with. So 9.4 for Sinister. Let's see how I did. 9.4 white pages. So right on the money. Was hoping to see maybe I undergraded, but guess I was pretty bang on. It's an upgrade. Looks great, and yeah, we'll keep chasing that 9.8. All right, so we've got Avengers Annual number 10. First appearance of Rogue, big X-Men character, as you probably know. I actually already have this in a 9.4. Picked this up raw from Comic Cave Canada and whatnot. It was a really good, clean copy. Looked really good. Felt this was a 9.6, 9.8 candidate. I'll be happy with a 9.6. Like I said earlier, that's kind of my conservative grading. That'll upgrade it. Let's see how we did. 9.4. Oh boy. Well, now I have two 9.4 slabs of this, so definitely gonna look to trade this one or sell it. We'll see what happens. Don't need two of them. Yeah, like these submissions have been going, there's been highs and lows. This is kind of not too low. I mean, I could live with the 9.4, but I already have it, so this will just turn into something else or money for something else, and we'll move on. Alright, let's see. This beautiful book. X-Men 102. This is one of my favorite X-Men covers. It obviously it features my favorite character, Colossus, and the first time he takes on who I think is his most iconic adversary out of the X-Men villains or Rogues Gallery. Colossus is the one who usually takes on Juggernaut. I mean, the whole team takes on Juggernaut, but in terms of characters that can like hold their ground and go toe to toe with Juggy, Colossus is the one who can do that, obviously, because of his strength and his steel, organic steel body. He can take punishment and keep going. So definitely an iconic matchup, face-off between these two guys. It's also the first appearance of Black Tom Cassidy, I believe. Uh, oh, maybe not. No, no, sorry. That's not his first appearance. He is in the book though. Um, that I think it's 99 is Black Tom's first cameo. But yeah, anyways, beautiful book. Um, Pretty high grade, definitely in the nines. Wanted to get this graded, so I have it on my shelf. It's been sitting in my box for quite some time, and it's one of the books I really wish I could look at every day. I don't have enough, being the Colossus collector, I don't have enough Colossus books on my wall or in slabs graded. So one of the things I have a whole whack of books. Like eventually I will have like a Colossus wall, but I've just kind of been accumulating them, looking for high grade books, and just like sticking them away. One day I'm gonna do just like a Colossus CGC submission, and just get the slabs for my wall. Same with like cigar covers. Like I have all my cigar covers just collected. One day I'll slab because I'll have these feature walls and feature places. Right now my space is a little bit filled up and don't really have that area yet. But I did want to get this one slab. So without further ado, I'll stop blabbering. I thought this was a 9.2. Got a 9.2. So that makes me happy. Definitely wanted this to be in the nines. Felt it was a 9.2. Glad it's a 9.2. I wouldn't have been super disappointed with a 9.0, but I definitely wanted it to be a little bit more than that, and I would have been sad if it was under a 9 for sure. So happy with that 9.2. That means my grading was on too. There's a decent amount of black on this cover too, which is also always risky, or brings it into that. Is it gonna get graded with more scrutiny? So glad I got it right. 9.2. Really happy to have this on my wall and get to look at it every day. All right, let's get the next one. Okay, this is Avengers 196, and I think this is just a really great cover. I like green covers. I guess if I had to say, green's probably my second favorite color. But this is just such a great first villain appearance. He's like the star of the cover, Taskmaster. He's so cool looking, and then you got this awesome green background. Bought this from A1 Comics, I want to say last year, might have been early 2023, but I think it was in 2022. They had it graded at an 8.5, so I'm just kind of going off of that with my what's the word I'm looking for? My prediction. So definitely would like this to come back in the 8.5 grade. Cool to have it slabbed. I think it's going to be great on the wall. Let's see what I got. Oh, that is not an 8.5, folks. And we've got a big win. That is awesome. And it's white pages. 9.4. Jeez. Thanks, A1 Comics. That's great. 9.4 in this book is super unexpected. I would have been over the moon with a 9.0. This went up from an 8.5 to a 9.4. Man, that's a good return grade. I probably bought this when the book was more valuable. It was definitely not like at his peak with Taskmaster and Black Widow movie and all that stuff. But I definitely bought it before the market went way down this year. So maybe this kind of actually like elevates the book to the price I bought it at. But man, 9.4, so love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, maybe the press did a good job. Flattened out some defects. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. That's like the best grade I've gotten out of all these submissions, or at least the biggest surprise for sure. Sick. Avengers 196 in a 9.4. Okay. Love this book. Amazing Spider-Man 316. First cover appearance of Venom. Iconic Todd McFarlane cover. Has been homaged a million times. This was such a nice copy, like just a beautiful, beautiful copy. And I've been waiting to get it graded. It's gonna go really well with some of my other Venom books and or symbiote books, and I am super excited to have this graded. Honestly, it's such a beautiful copy. It's high grade. I thought it could be a 9.8 candidate. We'll see how it goes. I'm thinking it's probably more in the 9.6 range, but it's a beautiful book, and I'm super excited to have it and have it graded. And let's find out what we got. 9.4. Well, not what I would have liked. I would have liked the 9.6. I would have loved the 9.8, but I'm okay with the 9.4. Obviously, I knew that was kind of built into the expectations. One down, one up. 9.4. You know, it's kind of like I said. These have been up and down. This is not too far down. Like I said, I'm pretty okay with the 9.4. Would love this a little higher, but I'll take it. It's a still really high grade in a beautiful book. So yeah, first Venom cover appearance in a 9.4. Happy to have it. All right. Second last book, we've got Amazing Spider-Man 361, and this is first appearance of Carnage. So another symbiote book, gonna go great with that last ASM 316 amongst some of my other ones. This is again another one that is in really good shape, high grade, but it is a modern book, so you know it should be high grade for this submission, and to make it worth it, of course. And this one also has a lot of black all the way around, so this one definitely made me nervous. That's why I predicted the 9.4, because of that black. And so, you know, I'm prepared for another 9.4. Would love it if it went higher. Let's see what I got. Oh! That is amazing! White Pages 9.8. I am stoked. That is awesome. Finally got a 9.8 in this submission. I mean, I wasn't expecting a ton by any means, but it's always nice to at least get one. So here we go. First Carnage in a 9.8, White Pages. I'm a little surprised. I really didn't think it could get the 9.8. I thought it'd get the 9.6. Or like I predicted, the 9.4 because of the black. But I am stoked. 9.8. Awesome book. That's a sick grade. I'm really happy about that. Really happy about that. It's so awesome. First Carnage in a 9.8. All right. Last book. And so this book is not a 7.0. This is the Pressman variant of X-Men number 11. And this I bought slabs in a 7.0 from A1 Comics last year. I looked at it when I bought it and it did not look like a 7.0. I looked at it when I got it from A1, up and down, and it did not look like a 7.0. It looked way higher. And I just felt like this has to be cracked and resubmitted. Like, I checked the grader's notes prior to submitting it. They were, I don't even know, like, they were very vague. Like, and it didn't say anything about it that made it feel like it was a 7.0. Like, I didn't get it. Didn't get it. And I just said, all right, we got to try and get this bumped up. So I cracked it. It's the first time I've ever cracked and submitted a book. Cracking the case was very easy. It's the pulling out of the inner sleeve that's a little bit more of an intricate, careful job, but managed to do it with no problem. Yeah, then I gave it a very light kind of dry cleaning, just with like just my cotton swab thing, whatever you call it. Very light, just to do a light clean, and then I did a cold press on it for like more than 24 hours. Let it sit in the press, and then I submitted it. So let's see. Honestly, like, in my belief, this is like at least a 9.0. Like, I look at this thing and it's like so nice. Like, I see like one or two little things. So let's see what we got. 7.5. Oh man, I am still, I'm at a loss for words. I just don't get what's wrong with this book. And the grader notes hopefully will shed a little light, but like I almost guarantee you it still will be a mystery to me. I don't know, maybe it's in this like silver area that they like, maybe it's like some surface scratches I can't see, or like, I don't know, like 7.5. I mean, it's an upgrade. At least I got over a 7, but this should be higher, man. I don't get it. I don't get this book. But clearly I'm not seeing anything. Let's turn it around here. It's a very dark back cover. Got some stuff on the case. As you can see, it's a very dark back cover, but it doesn't look like it's terribly banged up. This book came in a board game, and it was like loose originally. So these are rare. On top of it, it's rare to get them in high grade because they were in this board game and they move around and get banged up. But like, yeah, I just don't get the 7.5. Like I could pull a 7.5 off my wall. Like, this is a 7.5. This is a 7.5, right? And this is not a 7.5. Like, I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, 7.5, whatever. It's a upgrade. It's an upgrade. So that's my modern CGC submission, my reholder submission. Like the previous vintage submission, it had some ups and downs, although I think this one was way more successful. I'm so stoked for that first Carnage 9.8. I'm so stoked to have that X-Men 102 slabbed up now. And that first Taskmaster going from what I thought was an 8.5, or hoping for an 8.5, to 9.4 is a really great result. And, you know, most of the submissions all pretty high grade. I can't complain too much about this submission. But like I said in the previous video, I'm really going to try to just be a little bit more patient next year about submitting to CGC. I mean, I love doing this. They're the best videos on my channel. That last one I just posted on last Friday was it got almost, I think, 1,000 views in 24 hours. So thank you guys for watching them. I really appreciate it. And I love putting them up. I love getting those views and just having more success on the channel. But you know, those views also cost a pretty penny. And I've had some downs with some of those submissions, especially that last one. So like I said, New Year, I'm gonna probably just dial back the submitting to CGC, be a little bit more patient about it, and then you know, utilize pre-screen for 9.8s on modern submissions, and yeah, just be a little bit more picky overall on what books I submit. I have so many slabs now, it's kind of crazy. I said in the last video, I'm gonna have to start rotating them because my slab walls completely filled up, all my shelf space for my slabs. So it's gonna have, some of these books are gonna have to rotate in and out. And then maybe I could find a few other spots to put some books, but that remains to be seen. So just, but like I said, I'm happy with some of the books I got today in that submission. Really exciting. And yeah, looking forward to some videos coming up in the next few days and weeks during Christmas and leading up to New Year. I'm gonna show off some big books I got recently, which I have shown in my recent appearances on other channels, but want to unveil them to everybody here on my channel. And yeah, we'll see what else is coming up in the coming days and weeks. I'm probably gonna pop on another channel or two, I'm sure, and yeah, and then we'll be already in 2024, and I got lots of fun stuff planned for 2024, so looking forward to that. So if you like this video, why don't you try checking out my last CGC submission, which I mentioned, the vintage submission that was posted last week, and then why don't you check out my Christmas holiday special. That was a blast. I really think you'll like it. And until the next video, keep collecting.